The first time I died, I was 17 years old, and my mother threw the funeral. Not because I was gone, but because she needed $2 million. You see, my mom, Carolyn Price, wasn't just drowning in debt, she was building a life raft out of lies. Credit cards maxed, mortgage in default, a secret gambling addiction that bled us dry. And then, she found the perfect solution. Me. I was healthy, young, and thanks to my dad's old job, fully insured under a 2-to-1 accidental death policy. All she had to do was make me disappear. The disappearance, it started with a boating accident. We were on Lake Tahoe for spring break, just the two of us. She'd been oddly cheerful all week, bought me a new swimsuit, took dozens of photos. "Smile, Lily," she'd say. "You look so alive." I thought she was finally happy. Turns out she was documenting my last day. On the third night, she suggested a moonlight swim. The water was cold, dark, no other boats around. She handed me a life vest with the buckles cut. "Be careful," she said, kissing my forehead. "I love you." I swam out. The vest slipped off. I called for help. She watched from the deck. Didn't move. When I went under, she waited 10 minutes. Then she called 911. My daughter, she drowned. I couldn't save her. Search teams found my swimsuit snagged on a rock. No body. Presumed dead. 2 weeks later, she held a funeral. Black dress, veil, sobbing through the eulogy. "Oh, my sweet Lily. Taken too soon." And in her purse, a check for $1.8 million after fees. She bought a new house, a Mercedes, a timeshare in Florida. She even got a tattoo on her wrist. Lily, forever in my heart. What she didn't know, I was still alive. The survival. I didn't drown. I fought the current, grabbed a floating log, and washed up on a rocky shore 3 miles away. Hypothermic, bruised, terrified. But when I called her from a gas station payphone, she screamed, "Lily, no, this isn't possible. You're dead." Then she hung up. I tried again. Blocked. I went to the police. They checked the death certificate. "You've said legally you're deceased. We can't help you." I was a ghost. So I ran. Changed my name to Elena Vance. Got a fake ID from a guy in Reno. Worked diner shifts, slept in bus stations, saved every penny. At night, I'd stare at the stars and whisper, "I'm not dead, Mom. But you will be when I'm done." The rise. I enrolled in community college under my new name. Studied finance. Worked nights at a bank. Learned how money moves and how to control it. By 25, I was a VP at Meridian Capital. By 28, I'd built a private equity fund. By 30, I owned 12% of First National, trust the very bank that had issued my mom's mortgage. And then I saw it. A foreclosure notice. Property, 424 Oak Ridge Lane. Owner, Carolyn Price. Default amount, $847,000. She'd maxed out HELOCs, missed payments, lied on loan apps. Now she was losing everything. I could have walked away, let karma do its work, but I wanted her to know it was me. The meeting. I scheduled a loan resolution meeting at the bank, sent her an official letter on FNT letterhead. She showed up in a faded designer suit, hair dyed to cover gray, eyes wide with hope. "Please," she begged the receptionist. "I'll do anything. I have a daughter, she'd want me to keep the house." I watched from behind one-way glass. Then I walked in. She didn't recognize me at first. Too much time. Too much pain. But when I said, "Hello, Mom," her blood drained from her face. "Lily?" she whispered. "Elena now," I said, sitting across from her. "But you can call me the person who owns your debt." She collapsed into her chair. "You're alive." "And you're bankrupt," I said calmly. Funny how life works. I slid a folder across the table. Inside, her insurance fraud police report. I'd filed it anonymously years ago. Photos of her at my funeral, smiling with friends days later. Bank statements showing her spending spree. "You think I didn't know?" I said. "I've been watching, waiting, building," she sobbed. I was desperate.
"I didn't mean..."
"You meant to kill me," I cut in. "You cut the buckles. I saw it when I surfaced." She went silent. "I won't send you to prison," I said. The statute of limitations passed. "But I will take the house, the car, everything." "Please," she begged. "I have nowhere to go." Or I had nowhere to go too, I said. "Remember?" The foreclosure. 3 weeks later, I stood on her porch with a sheriff's deputy. Handed her a box. "Pack what you can carry. You have 1 hour." She clutched her Lily tattoo. "You're just like me," she spat. "Cold, greedy." "No," I said. "I'm nothing like you. You sold your daughter for money. I built an empire from nothing. As she walked away with a trash bag of clothes, I turned to the deputy. List the house for sale. Full price. Then I drove to the cemetery where my grave was. I knelt by the headstone. Lily Price, beloved daughter, 2005-2022. I placed a single white rose on it. Then I took out a chisel and carved one word beneath. Liar. The legacy. I donated the house sale proceeds to a nonprofit for missing persons. Started a scholarship for teens who've survived family fraud. And I changed my legal name back to Lily Price, not for her, but for me. Because I am not what she tried to erase. I am what rose from the lie. Sometimes people ask if I regret not forgiving her. I tell them, forgiveness is for the remorseful. She was only sorry she got caught. And in this world, some debts aren't paid in money. They're paid in truth. Final words. If someone tried to erase you, don't just survive. Own the system that failed you. Because the best revenge isn't screaming. It's signing the papers in a suit they can't afford, with a name they tried to bury. And me, I'm just getting started.